Welcome, everyone. Today we are going to be covering Credit Repair Cloud, and we're going to be updating one of our clients' files inside of the app Credit Repair Cloud. All right, welcome back, everyone. My name is Credit Coach Nicole Scott. If you have not by now, make sure that you have subscribed to my channel. You have watched the entire Credit Repair Cloud training playlist that is in the link in the description. So that way it'll take you to our entire playlist that has over 15 videos training you on how to repair credit. Now, whether you're using the app or you are using Microsoft Word, Google Docs, whatever, apply this concept to the overall process because Credit Repair Cloud is a tool to help you automate the process when it comes to repairing credit, challenging negative items, settling negative items, and just working on your credit overall. So in today's video, what we're going to be doing is actually updating one of our clients' files from top to bottom. Without further ado, let's get started. All right, guys. So if you haven't by now, make sure that again, you are subscribed to the channel, you have liked the video, and you have left me a comment to let me know what you have found most valuable about this video. So we are logged into the main screen when it comes to Credit Repair Cloud. And this is the home button right here. So you're going to see the next tab is going to be our clients tab. The top tabs up here are primarily meant for your business. I don't pay too much attention to the schedule. The My Company tab, that's a very important tab. That's where you're going to have all your company information. Invoices, I don't pay too much attention to that. Library is going to be your letter library. Affiliates, if you're affiliated with any real estate agents or anyone that is going to be referring clients to you, they can sign up to become an affiliate with you. Creditors and furnishers, this is where you're going to have all of your furnisher addresses and contact information. And then everything in dashboard, I don't really use those either. So there's really only a few tabs up top here that you're really going to be focused on. And the main ones are the My Company tab, your letter library, and of course, like affiliates and creditors. Okay. And of course, clients, that one's going to be your number one. But besides that, I would say it's the My Company tab. All right. So let's go ahead and find the client that we're going to be working on. What I do is I just start typing in their name. We hit search. Okay. Once you see their name pop up, go ahead and click on their name. Now you'll notice that we have all custom statuses inside of our Credit Repair Cloud to keep us organized and to keep us on track with when everyone's update is due. Once you are inside of Credit Repair Cloud and your client's tabs, you'll see a second set of tabs: dashboard, import, tag, pending report, generate letters, send letters, so on and so forth. So today we're actually going to be sending the letters through Cloud Mail, which is super exciting. Now you don't have to send letters as you do each client. You can batch print, and if you have not watched the video on how to batch print, head over to the Credit Repair Cloud playlist where you can watch a ton of videos training you on Credit Repair Cloud. What we are going to be doing is actually updating the credit reports inside of Smart Credit, and we're going to be re-importing the credit reports inside of Credit Repair Cloud. So that way we can give our client an update, but we can also generate another round of letters for this client. This is going to be round 2 for this client. And honestly, we probably won't even see any, recent results because when this client originally signed up, it was only about 15 days ago. And we've already got a notice from experience saying that they've pretty much ignored our first round of letters, which does happen because they might say something like they're not able to verify you, or they got letters and they might not believe it's from you. Stall tactic letters. So you just have to continue to send in your dispute letters. So what we're going to be doing is logging into credit monitoring with Smart Credit. If you have not signed up to become an affiliate with Smart Credit, use the link below to go ahead and sign up to become a free affiliate directly with Smart Credit, who is compatible with Credit Repair Cloud. A lot of people may be using Identity IQ or Credit Hero. Honestly, Smart Credit is the same information. They're just going to be paying you a lot more. So, it's really up to you, but I recommend Smart Credit. That is the only credit monitoring company that we recommend to our clients is Smart Credit. So shout out to Smart Credit. Now, again, what we're going to do is log into the Smart Credit. So the easiest way for you to get your client's credit login credentials is going to tab 1, where you see the import audit, and you can scroll to the bottom and you'll see client's credit report access details. Okay. Again, right down here, client's credit report access details on tab 1. I just copy and paste, okay? I head over to Smart Credit, I copy, I paste in the information. Now I'm logged into Smart Credit, okay? What we're going to do first and foremost is go up to the very top where you see reports, and you see the drop down menu, and you're going to see 3B reports and scores, okay? There's another way to go there, and that's if you scroll down a little bit, you see 3B reports and scores. You can go right here. Okay, we're going to go ahead and hit order updated report. There's 2 ways to get there, either at the top, reports, drop down, 3B reports and scores, or on the main screen where you saw the 3B reports and scores. With Smart Credit and any of most credit monitoring companies out there, I should say, you will get a updated credit report every 30 days. Okay, so this is available for free. We're going to go ahead and agree to it and place the order now so we can view the most recent credit report for this client. Now, this is updated here. We're going to switch to classic view, and we'll be able to view it in classic view. So this is great. Okay, always want to go to classic view. Now, that was part 1. That was step 1. Now, step 2 is going to where we just were at, okay, on the main screen here, okay? And you're going to update this information, okay? This is the main overview kind of your credit. There's 2 places to update it: the 3B reports and scores and the Smart Credit Report. We're going to go ahead and hit that little like refresh button, okay? You can click here to do an update, but you can just make a habit of hitting that refresh button. So we're going to hit that refresh button. We're going to hit full update now. And now this is going to give us the most recent data from when the client last got their update. So now we know the credit reports are updated, which is going to be step 1, because the first thing that you want to do is go and refresh the actual credit reports so you get the most recent data from the credit bureaus. And step 2 is then to go in and refresh Smart Credit overview, right? So right here it says, congratulations, the credit score has gone up 38 points. So that's great. What we should be doing is documenting our process here. So we can take a screenshot of that and we can show it to clients like, hey, this is what I do for people. Okay, so I'll just put results. And if you have like some folder on your desktop where you can save results, that's great. I'm going to go ahead and just make one results 2022. All right. And then what we're going to do, and now everything is updated, we're going to head back over to Credit Repair Cloud, and we are going to click this green button that says re-import credit report. Okay. Re-import credit report. Now what's happening is Smart Credit is going to be connected to Credit Repair Cloud, the tool, the automation tool, and we're going to be able to get all the recent updated information from Smart Credit. So sometimes this process can take a while, so just be patient. Sometimes, it will take longer than other times, but just let it run its course and be patient. Okay, so the re-import summary has finally generated, and this is what it looks like. It's just an overview of what has happened to the credit score since they've started. You can see here, it looks like the credit has gone up, but nothing was deleted because it's only been 2 weeks since we've sent the letters in, and it's just too soon. So what we're going to do is we're just going to download this as a PDF, and we can upload that to the internal notes. So again, we're documenting the process, And you also need to send a copy of that to your client to go ahead and update them, right? Now, in this case, with this particular client, since it's only been 2 weeks, we're not going to send them this because nothing has been deleted. It's just too soon to be able to tell anything. So what we're going to do is just generate another round of letters. So that way, in the next 30 days, we can be prepared for some major changes. What we're going to do is just continue to the credit report preview page. All right, so this is going to take us to where we can tag the report, okay? Essentially, this is considered tagging the credit report. And what we want to do is just make sure that the client's personal information is updated. We want to make sure they only have one name and one address. One name and one address. If they have any sort of additional information, misspelled information, if their name is spelled wrong, if there's a name variation that's wrong, if there's an address variation that's wrong, we just want to make sure that we are doing everything that we can to go ahead and make sure that the personal information is 100% accurate, okay? And you want to make sure that you send in a copy of a proof of residency, ID card, and social security card when you're updating addresses and personal information. You can also do it online, or you can call them to update it over the phone. That's really the only thing that I would dispute online or over the phone, okay? So let's go ahead and move on. This is the credit summary. I don't pay too much attention to that. But what we are going to pay attention to are these inquiries. So there are quite a few inquiries here, and a lot of them we've already disputed. You do have to keep in mind when you are disputing inquiries for a round 2, you have to actually manually add them in when you start generating your letters. It will say that they're currently under dispute, but again, they're still on the credit report. That means that there's still a problem. So I don't dispute any inquiries that are tied to open credit accounts. I only dispute inquiries that don't have anything attached to them. All right, so here's an account with credit 1. There's nothing negative popping up on this. Besides, if you click more detail, the credit utilization is just way too high. And that's something that will affect someone's credit is, when they have these low limit credit cards, like this credit limit's only $600 and the balance is $587, $576, and $576. So that's just way too high. We want to make sure to advise the client to go ahead and get this credit line paid down. They should not have a balance more than 10%, preferably between 2 and 6%, especially when we're working on your credit and trying to, get some better results here. Next account that shows up in red is this account that is reporting to Experian and TransUnion, and it is in fact a derogatory account. And what we are going to be doing is just saying that account data listed is fraudulent, see proof. And then we're going to say, please delete immediately. Or I can even say this account is inaccurate. I'm seeking litigation. I demand you delete it immediately. Same thing with this one. And sometimes you might want to change the verbiage from the round 1 reason and instruction that you sent, just because you want to be a little bit different. Any account that does not show up in red, there is no issue, but I always like to look at it because sometimes these accounts are affecting someone. Like this is a authorized user account, but the credit utilization is way too high. The balance is over $1,000 and the credit limit's only $2,500. So that's just way too high. I mean, yeah, the history is good. It's open since 2016, but history is only 15%. Credit utilization is 30% of your credit score. So you really want to just pick your battles wisely and discuss, just figure out what's going to be best for you. It might not be a good idea for you to be on someone's credit card as an authorized user when they're going to keep a high balance owed because you inherit that debt onto your credit profile. Here's another account that has a smaller balance, which is fine. It's an authorized user. That's fine. It's got a credit limit of $8,300 and the balance is $730. So that's fine because the credit limit is a lot higher. But when you have a lower credit limit, of course, you can't high balance due. Got a first progress card that's got a zero balance, which is great. Looks like it's closed. And if you guys do have any first progress or secure credit cards, just keep them at a zero balance. You do not need to use secure credit cards. They are really only going to hurt you because, even though it's your money, it's a test. It is just a stepping stone for you to get better credit cards. So just don't use it. Leave it at a zero balance. They already have your money. They're not going to close your account unless you request it. And I don't recommend requesting it until it's been, a few years, like sometimes 3 to 5 years, because you need that payment history. Okay. And if you can just keep it because honestly, those accounts are going to gain history. You just don't have to use them. And when you're ready, you can go ahead and close it. But again, you don't really want to close accounts because they do have history on them. One here is, we went over this first progress. Capital One card has a $400 credit limit, but a balance of $283. So that's way too high. That is over a 50% utilization for this card, which is just way too high. So right now, the credit utilization is a big issue for this client. And of course, when it comes to credit repair, we don't have any control over someone's credit utilization, nor do we have control over if someone pays their bills on time. So all that we can do is just advise our clients and educate our clients, hey, we want to keep our credit utilization really low, pay off the smallest balances first, like meaning if you have a credit card that's only a $300 limit, pay off the smallest limit cards first and get those all at a zero balance. It's pretty much called a snowball effect because the more cards that you can have a zero balance on, the better. Okay, so the last account here that we're going to see is the Capital One. This is showing up in red. It is a joint account and it is an auto loan and it does have a 30-day late payment. So what we're going to do is just put, please provide goodwill adjustment, and then we're going to put remove was 30 days late one time, update to paid as agreed. Please update to paid as agreed. Reported late payment is an error. We can say that, okay? And we're going to go ahead and save and continue to the wizard. Now we're in tab 3. So tab 1 was basically importing and, doing the credit report updating. Tab 2 is where you're going to save or tag the saved credit report, tag all of the reasons and the instructions. You always want to say what the problem was and what you want done about it, why you're disputing it and what you want done about it. And then tab 3, you're going to go ahead and generate the letters. So I always click on round 2 or higher because I want to be able to select custom letters for my letter library. But this is round 2 anyway, so we're just going to hit round 2. We're going to make sure that we select who the letter recipient is going to. That's a really important one that a lot of people miss. They don't realize there's a letter recipient there. So it means that you can choose who this letter is going to, whether it's going to go to the credit bureau or the creditor reporting the item. So we're going to hit credit bureau for now. And we're going to hit this green button under step 2 where it says add save pending items. And keep in mind, like all of these inquiries that are already under dispute, these will need to be manually added. And when I started talking about that earlier in the video, this is what I mean. So they currently say that they're under dispute, but obviously they're still on the credit report. So they are still a problem. So what we want to do is we want to manually add those back onto the credit report. And what I'm going to do is just select the personal information. And I'm going to select the inquiries that are not authorized. And we're just going to add about 5 to 7 accounts per letter. Now, keep in mind, accounts are either inquiries or, collections, charge-offs, things like that. I don't count personal information because it is not an account. It's just, invalid information. So we're just going to add this to the dispute. These are all the inquiries that we're disputing and the personal information. Okay, we're going to hit save and continue. We're going to go choose the letter, credit bureau letter. And this, I'm actually going to do a credit inquiry removal request letter. I'm going to generate the letter, and I'm going to go ahead and just put all this on one line because I don't want it to like be formatted as if it was coming from Credit Repair Cloud. I want to make sure that it's custom so they don't say, oh, we think you might be using, credit repair, whatever the case is. For any personal information, take out the account number. There's no account number associated with that. Okay. We're going to go over to Experian. We're going to do the same thing. We're just going to put all this on one line because really you can save space. It's no need to have to put all this stuff on one line. The most important thing when it comes to disputing inquiries is making sure that you have the account name as it is listed on your credit report and the date of the inquiry that is listed on your credit report, the name and the date. Okay. And I get that question a lot, like, how do I dispute inquiries? You can call or you can write a letter, either way. Okay. Sometimes when you call, it can be a longer process. So not everyone has time for that or the patience. So a lot of people like to write letters. Me, I don't have time to call on behalf of all my clients. So we send out letters. It's a longer process, but of course, it's very efficient, so you can dispute it and say, look, I'm asking you to provide me with permissible purpose that I actually authorize this. And if not, remove it from my credit report. So I'm going to go ahead and save that for later. I'm going to hit round 2, and this is just going to be personal info and inquiries. Okay. And I just put INQ for inquiries, and we're going to save all of these letters. Now, if you wanted to continue to print, you could, but right now we're not going to print all of his stuff. Okay, we're going to hit our back button, which is right down here, and we're going to clear out all of the accounts and items that we just disputed by hitting the little trash can. We're going to basically clear our canvas so we can add more items that are affecting us that we're challenging to credit bureaus or creditors. Okay, so we're still in tab 3 where we're generating the letters, and we're just going to save, or we're going to add some more items that have been saved or tagged as being, a derogatory item. So we're going to hit add save pending items, which this brings up all of our list of items that we still need to dispute. That's why I always add the inquiries first, because if the inquiries are still on here, that means they're still on there. And you can always work side by side with the client's credit report just to verify the inquiries are actually still on there. But you do have to add them in like we just did in order for you to dispute them again once you have initially disputed them. Okay. Now, Navy Federal, this is account data is fraudulent. So what I'm going to do is I am going to add in all of the account data that I am challenging. Okay. And let me go ahead, and what we want to do is just make sure that these accounts are still on the client's credit, because some of them I did not see. So what I do is I just duplicate the tab so I don't lose the work that I'm using. I head over to where I can grab their login credentials for their credit monitoring, and I'll just copy and paste them on over because it's going to log you out every so often, and it's frustrating. So we want to log back in, go over to credit reports, 3B reports and scores, switch to classic view, and we're going to go ahead and just scroll down. Okay. And see if some of these old accounts that we've already disputed are still on there, because they didn't show up. Wow, they're not on there. Okay, well then, obviously some things were deleted, but the re-import summary did not show that. So let's go ahead and try something. Well, at this point, it's just did not update. So, but there were some things that were deleted because if you look at the pending items, there were some accounts that were on there that are no longer on there. So that's a good thing, but the report did not update that. So sometimes the report's not always right. Again, this is a tool to help you automate the process. So you definitely want to make sure that you are understanding what is actually on the credit report. So that way you know what's going on, because you can't always 100% rely on this type of, software, because it is a software and software is tend to make mistakes. So if we look at the credit report, we see the credit one, we see the Navy Federal. There's still quite a few inquiries on there. So we want to get those off, which we just did. And let's go ahead and get this. So there was 4 accounts that actually got removed. So that's great. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add this Navy Federal account. And what I'm going to do is just do a prove it letter. And I'm going to put all the account information on one, take out the number. I just like to reformat things a little bit. Okay, we're going to save. We're going to hit our back button. We're going to clear out these accounts, and we're going to go back and see what else we can dispute. Now, you can also dispute accounts that you're disputing with the credit bureau, with the creditor or furnisher that's reporting the item. In this case, Navy Federal, I'm not sure if the client wants to settle with them or not, but if they are going to be able to provide us with proof, sometimes you do have to settle. So we'll see what happens and see what type of validation they are able to send us. What we're going to do now is just hit save pending items, and we're going to go through and just add the last account that's in here. And this is just going to be a goodwill adjustment letter. So this is going to go to, we can do one to the credit bureaus. And what I have is late payment during the CARES Act. We'll see if they will do anything about it. Please remove late payment reported for Capital One Auto, and then you put the account number that you have in there. We just put update to paid as agreed, or remove from my credit report. One or the other. Okay. We don't want to lose the trade line. We'd rather not have them remove it, especially since it's an open trade line. But, at this point, late payments are definitely going to hurt a client. So we want to try to get them corrected. They are trickier on open accounts because not every account can be fixed. That's just the bottom line. So I'm just going to hit late payment. And this is going to be for Cap 1. Now we're going to hit our back button. And instead of going to the credit bureau, we're going to send a letter to the creditor who's reporting this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the client's credit report, and I'm going to get Capital One Auto Finance's address, because the address that we have in here, I already know is not accurate. So I'm going to go ahead and update that. Just make sure. Okay. The addresses will be listed on the credit report. So if you have your credit report, all of the addresses for any creditor that says that, you have them listed on my credit report, they by law have to list their contact information on your credit report. So We're just going to use the address that's on our credit report, and I'm going to save that. Sometimes you'll get an error, but again, the address is coming directly from the credit report. So it's North Dallas Park, and we're just going to hit ignore warning. I'm certain of this because sometimes it does give you an error, but you just have to say, nope, I know it's accurate. And we're going to select a letter going to the creditor, and we are going to provide a CARES Act goodwill letter. Please know this is for account. We'll just put account number. Please provide goodwill adjustment and remove late payment reporting to my credit report. And we're just basically pleading for them. Okay. We're going to go ahead and hit save. And this is going to be goodwill cap 1. And late payment's fine. We can leave that. Save. Okay, so let's go ahead and hit our back button. We'll clear this out and just go through all of our saved pending items. Make sure everything now is under dispute, which it is. So once it is in orange, this is going to tell you that you have already generated the letter. Minus, of course, like the inquiries, because the inquiries might still say that they're under dispute unless you manually add them. But everything else that you just generated a letter for is going to say in dispute. Okay, that means that you've already done a letter. So what we can actually do is try to go back and re-import the credit report and see if we can generate a report that actually shows the accounts that were deleted, because sometimes Credit Repair Cloud just, I mean, you know, it's a software, so it doesn't always generate everything correctly. So I've noticed, you know, you really have to make sure that you're looking at the credit report and you are understanding what the actual credit report says versus what the software says. Okay. Because the credit report is going to be the most accurate. Okay, so what I did, since we noticed that obviously the first report that we imported did not reflect any deletions, it showed a credit score increase, but for some reason, it just did not populate what had been deleted. So I went and I re-imported the credit report again. So maybe, you know, you should just wait a few minutes, make sure Smart Credit updates properly before you update in Credit Repair Cloud, because we just, you know, it was 15 minutes ago, not too long, but I re-imported it, and here now it shows the items that we actually got deleted. So that's pretty good in 2 weeks. So we got a Verizon and Verizon collection bill deleted, AmeriCredit Collect deleted, 1, 2, my goodness, we got 10 items deleted. So this 10 items, wow, 10 items, first round, that's pretty impressive, you know, 30-point increase, 10 items deleted. So I'm going to download this as a PDF, and we can send the client copy of both of the reports that we updated and say, hey, sorry, the system did not populate them properly. Here's the amount of points that your credit score went up, and here's the report of what was actually removed from your credit. So now what we can do is we don't really need to continue because we've already done that, and we've already disputed all of these items. You can see that this is all of like our recent work, right? We don't need to do much because we've already done it. So we're just going to save, and we don't need to generate the letters because we've already done that. Now, what we can do also is we can go over to tab 1, and we can go and send the client a simple audit. Okay, and just let them know what's left on their credit, what's going on now. So instead of, you'll see that it says import/audit. That means that you can import the credit report, but you can also do a simple audit like you did when they first signed up. This is the free credit analysis that we send to clients. We can actually provide them with an update. So I have one that is a credit update. So we'll generate a simple audit. And this audit is, you know, I guess more straight to the point. It's a lot of the same information, but it's just telling the client what their credit score is currently, how many negative items that they have left, what their credit card utilization is, even though, we want the client to pay down some of the debt. These are the only 6 items that they have left on their credit report at this month or at this time. And there's no promise that we're going to get these removed because, if the debt with Navy Federal is valid and it belongs to you, your best bet is to settle it with them and, put this in the past, because if you really owe the debt, and they can prove it, your best bet is to just settle, sometimes in some cases, and then of course with the auto late payment, there's no guarantee that Capital One is going to correct that late payment. All that we can do is ask. So this is pretty good results for someone that has only been with us for 2 weeks. I'll tell you, we got a lot of things off of their credit in a short period of time. And that's all because we are diligent. So if you are looking to repair your credit, start a credit repair business, and you need additional coaching, you can head to the link below and you can sign up for one of my coaching packages. We do not take on any credit repair clients. This information is for training purposes only. We are coaches. We like to, coach people on how to correct their credit and how to repair their credit and how to simply just move on from some, tough times in life, period. Credit repair can be used as an additional source of income for you. It's a great source of income. It's a great tool to be able to help people change their lives. So if you want to become a credit hero, but you need additional help, sign up for one of my coaching packages and I can definitely get you to the goal. We did at one point offer credit repair, but since I am now able to help more people by helping, those that are looking to start a credit repair business, that's always been my goal. I want to help as many people as possible, whether that's on YouTube or people that are starting their business, because each of you are going to change a ton of lives with credit repair. And it's just a matter of educating people, advising them what's affecting them. Sometimes we have to settle debt. Sometimes you have to pay old debts. Sometimes we don't. It just depends on the situation. There's never going to be a black and white answer for everyone. There's a lot of gray area in credit. There's a lot of what if situations, and you really just have to use your best judgment and do right by the law, by the Credit Repair Organization Act, and make sure that you are just doing great work. You're standing by your clients. You're being upfront and honest. You are not promising them any sort of result, because there is nothing in this credit repair world that we can guarantee other than the fact that we will produce the dispute letters on your behalf. We can get them sent off to the credit bureaus, but how the credit bureaus respond is simply out of our control. All that we can do is continue to challenge the inaccuracies, derogatories that are affecting your credit, and help you understand how to move forward by building new credit to help you establish a stronger credit profile. So again, guys, my name is Credit Coach Nicole Scott. If you found value in this video, make sure to give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and check out the Credit Repair Cloud playlist coming up next.